Alexander Luchaninov reporting from the Kudori Gorge. Now, Europeans should remain united and not split between pro- and anti-Russian factions in the face of a conflict in South Ossetia. That's the view of the Italian foreign minister in an interview with an Italian newspaper. Franco Frattini says Moscow will remain a strategic partner and that European countries should work for a balanced solution to the crisis. Maria Dunaev reports now on the worldwide reaction to the proposed ceasefire.
It was the news that they'd called for. Why then has it been met with skepticism?
At which Foreign Minister Bernard Kouchner of France briefed us on the ongoing discussions between the French and the Russians, as well as the French and the Georgians. I believe that they have made some progress, and we welcome that, and we certainly welcome the EU mediation. It is very important now that all parties ceasefire. The Georgians have agreed to a ceasefire. The Russians need to stop their military operations, as they have apparently said that they will.
When diplomacy is the only way forward, the U.S. seems to have missed its chance to show that. The country's delegation blocked an emergency meeting of the Russia-NATO Council, effectively halting talks on the issue.
They had enough time to invite the Georgian ambassador to listen to his propaganda, but they weren't ready to meet with their Russian partner to hear the questions I have for our American colleagues about their share of the responsibility for the preparation of the bloodbath in South Ossetia. This is unacceptable. We insist that our partners stop avoiding serious, adult political conversations on this topic. What happened in South Ossetia was a tragedy.
Finding time to meet with Georgian representatives, it's clear that the West still trusts those who launched the attack, and that the ceasefire plan proposed by Dmitry Medvedev and Nicolas Sarkozy isn't enough.
The ceasefire was clearly not considered enough. It is very important that all parties go back to what is called the status quo ante. That is the status quo as it existed on the 6th of August. So it is not only a ceasefire, cessation of hostilities. The situation of the 6th of August has to be restored, and that also means that all forces have to be in the positions they had on that date.
Meanwhile, other US-backed governments such as Poland, Ukraine and the Baltic states are pledging to mediate in the peacekeeping plan on the Georgian side. The country's leaders are in Tbilisi to find a solution to this age-old problem. Still, others say Russia had every right to respond the way it did. Cuba's President Raul Castro released a statement calling the actions just. Moldova's unrecognized republic, Transnistria, has reportedly cut off communication with the capital, saying the country had let the destruction of Tbilisi happen as it stood by silently. And former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev slammed the West, saying it had made a serious blunder by getting involved.
By declaring the Caucasus, a region that is thousands of miles from the American continent, a sphere of its national interest, the United States made a serious blunder. Of course, peace in the Caucasus is in everyone's interest, but it is simply common sense to recognize that Russia is rooted there by common geography and centuries of history.
With the tentative ceasefire plan in the works, it's still unclear if there will be a ceasefire in this war of words. Maria Dunaeva, RT.